Welcome back to the channel Wisdom of Stoicism. Have you ever felt like something in your life is just off? Like a dark cloud is following you? No matter what you do, you keep running into bad luck, your energy is drained, and strange things keep happening around you, but you can't explain why. What if I told you someone could be working against you in ways you can't see? Witchcraft, black magic, energy manipulation. Call it what you want, but throughout history, people have believed in the power of unseen forces, both good and bad. And while some dismiss it as superstition, many have experienced things they simply can't explain. The truth is, negative energy is real, and whether intentional or not, people can send it your way. Jealousy, resentment, or even a hidden grudge can fuel someone's desire to see you fail. But how do you know if this is happening to you? In this video, we're going to break down 5 clear signs that someone may be using witchcraft or negative energy against you. More importantly, we'll show you how to protect yourself and break free from it. Stay with me until the end because knowledge is power. And once you understand these signs, you'll never be caught off guard again. Let's begin. The hidden power of energy. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt uncomfortable? Like something was off, but you couldn't explain why? Maybe you felt a strange chill or an overwhelming sense of heaviness in the air. That's not just your imagination. Everything in this world carries energy, your thoughts, your emotions, and yes, even the intentions of others. Some people radiate positive energy, making you feel safe and uplifted. But others, they carry something darker, something that drains you. Now, imagine this. What if someone is intentionally sending negative energy your way? Not just with bad thoughts, but with rituals, spells, or curses designed to bring chaos into your life. It might sound unbelievable, but for centuries, cultures around the world have believed in the power of witchcraft, curses, and negative energy manipulation. From ancient Rome to modern times, people have sought ways to control others through unseen forces. And whether you believe in it or not, one thing is clear: energy is real and it can affect you. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 undeniable signs that someone might be using witchcraft against you. These are not just coincidences or everyday struggles. They are patterns. And once you recognize them, you'll have the power to protect yourself and break free. But before we dive into these signs, let me tell you a quick story. There was a man named Daniel. He was a hardworking guy, always focused on his career, his family, and his goals. But then, things started going wrong. First, it was small things. He'd wake up exhausted, even after a full night's sleep. Then, his relationships started falling apart for no clear reason. His finances crumbled. He lost opportunities he was certain he had secured. First, he thought it was just bad luck. Life has ups and downs, right? But then, he started noticing something disturbing. He'd find strange objects near his home. Odd symbols drawn in chalk. A small black pouch with unknown contents. His intuition told him something wasn't right. And he was correct. What Daniel didn't realize was that someone in his life, a person he had trusted, was secretly working against him. Using rituals, using energy, using witchcraft. By the time he figured it out, the damage had already been done. But had he recognized the signs earlier, things could have been different. So listen closely. If you've been feeling like something in your life is spiraling out of control, don't ignore it. The first step to freeing yourself is awareness. Let's begin. Here are 5 clear signs that someone may be using witchcraft on you. Number 1. Unexplainable bad luck. Have you ever felt like life is working against you? Like the universe is punishing you for no reason? One moment, everything is going fine. Then, out of nowhere, everything crumbles. Your money starts disappearing. Your health takes a strange turn. Your relationships feel tense, even with people who once loved you. No matter what you do, something always goes wrong. At first, you think, maybe it's just a bad week. But then, the weeks turn into months, and the misfortune keeps piling up. It's like an invisible wall is blocking your success. Every time you take one step forward, something or someone pulls you 2 steps back. You wake up with an uneasy feeling. a sense that something is off, but you can't quite explain it. Your plans get ruined for no reason. You lose things, important things, without explanation. You experience financial losses right when you need money the most. People around you start acting strange. Some distance themselves without warning. Others seem to secretly enjoy your struggles. And worst of all, you don't know why. But here's the truth. This isn't just bad luck. This is a pattern. In many cultures, it's believed that when someone is jealous of you, when they want to see you fail, they can send dark energy your way. They don't have to be in the same room. They don't even have to say a word to you. But their intentions, their negative focus on you, can create disturbances in your life. Have you recently upset someone? A former friend? A jealous coworker? Maybe someone you trusted? Dark rituals don't always involve candles and symbols. Sometimes, all it takes is focused envy and resentment. They might not wish you physical harm, but they don't want you to win. And if you're not spiritually protected, their energy can and will affect you. But here's what they don't want you to know. You can break free from this. The first step is recognition. The moment you understand that your struggles aren't random, that someone's negativity might be targeting you, you take back control. And once you have control, you can fight back. In a moment, I'll show you exactly how. But first, let's talk about the second sign. Something that happens when you're at your weakest. In your sleep. Number 2. Recurring nightmares or sleep paralysis. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, feeling like something is wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Maybe you've had that terrifying experience where you're awake, but you can't move. Your body feels paralyzed, and you sense a heavy, oppressive presence in the room. It's as if something, or someone, is watching you. You try to scream, but no sound comes out. Your heart races, and you feel an icy chill run through you. And then, just as suddenly as it all began, you snap out of it. You're awake. Or are you? This phenomenon is known as sleep paralysis, and for many, it's an unsettling experience. But what if I told you it's not just a random sleep disorder? What if it could be a sign that someone is doing witchcraft on you? For centuries, cultures around the world have believed that negative energy can manifest through dreams, and in some cases, even prevent us from waking up. In some traditions, this phenomenon is linked to the idea of a spiritual attack, someone using dark forces to invade your subconscious mind while you sleep. It's not just a bad dream, could be something much more sinister. Imagine this. You've been living your life normally, but recently, you've started experiencing these vivid nightmares, night after night. They're always the same, chasing you through dark, unfamiliar places, or you're standing in front of an ominous figure that feels all too real. Or worse, you feel an unseen presence in your room, watching you while you sleep. It's as if your dreams have turned against you, and no matter how hard you try to shake them off, they won't stop. At first, you might brush it off as stress, or maybe something you ate before bed. But then it starts happening every single night. You wake up more tired than before, your mind foggy, and your body weak. Your energy is drained, and you're left wondering why you can't escape this cycle. Could it be that someone is sending negative energy your way while you sleep? People who have experienced witchcraft or spiritual attacks often report the same thing. They feel a shift in their dreams. It's as if their subconscious mind is being manipulated, hijacked by a malevolent force. You may even feel like you're not fully in control of your own thoughts. Your dreams aren't your own anymore. They feel orchestrated, like someone is trying to tell you something, or worse, trying to break you down from within. You might be wondering, why me? What did I do to deserve this? And the truth is, it's not about deserving it. In some cases, witchcraft or negative energy can be sent by someone who's jealous, angry, or just looking to harm you out of spite. The goal isn't always to be overtly destructive, but rather to slowly wear you down, attack your spirit, and make you doubt your own power. So, how can you free yourself from these sleep disturbances? First, it's important to acknowledge the signs. If your nightmares have become more frequent, vivid, or just plain strange, don't ignore them. These could be messages from your subconscious, or they could be signals from the universe telling you that something is off. The next step is protecting your mind before you sleep. You might want to try meditation or prayer, depending on your beliefs. Set an intention before bed, telling yourself that you are in control of your mind and your dreams. Consider using protective symbols or crystals, if that resonates with you. If you believe in Stoic principles, remember to train your mind to focus on your inner strength. Refuse to let fear control you. You're in charge of your mental space, even when you're unconscious. Sleep paralysis and nightmares don't have to control your life. With awareness, protection, and inner strength, you can reclaim your peace. Remember, what happens to you while you sleep is just as important as what happens when you're awake. Your mind is your sanctuary. Guard it well. Number 3. Unusual objects in your space. Have you ever come across something strange? Something that doesn't belong in your home? Maybe it's a small object placed where it shouldn't be, or something you can't quite explain. Maybe you found a little doll left on your doorstep, a strange symbol drawn on a piece of paper, or even a random coin at your front door. It's easy to shrug these things off, right? A misplaced object, a random gift, or maybe just a coincidence. But what if I told you that these items aren't as random as they seem? What if they were placed there on purpose, as part of a ritual or curse aimed at you? Now, this might sound like something straight out of a horror movie, but it's something that has been happening for centuries across many cultures, and it could be happening to you. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine coming home after a long day of work, and as you open your front door, you see something unusual sitting there. Something that wasn't there when you left. It could be a small doll, a piece of string tied in an odd knot, or even an object that's linked to something you care about, like a family heirloom. At first, you think it's just some sort of weird prank. But then you start to notice something strange. Over the next few days, your luck starts to change. You start feeling tired all the time. You begin arguing with people for no reason. Your finances take a sudden dip. And the worst part is you can't figure out why. Could this strange object have something to do with it? Well, it's not as far-fetched as you might think. In some spiritual traditions, objects like this are used in witchcraft to cast curses or send negative energy towards someone. These objects, called spells or charms, are often left in places where they can affect your energy. They might be small trinkets, stones, coins, or even things you would never expect, but each one has been intentionally placed to disrupt your life. Let's go back to that doll for a second. Maybe it's a small, innocuous-looking doll, but in certain practices, dolls are used as vessels. These are items that represent you or someone else. Think about it like a voodoo doll. When someone uses a doll to send negative energy, it's as if they are channeling bad luck, illness, or misfortune directly to the person the doll represents. So, finding something like that could be a sign that someone is trying to influence your life in a harmful way. It's not just about physical objects. Sometimes the energy of the space around you changes too. You might feel suddenly uneasy, like something's watching you, or the air feels heavy. These are all signs that something might be going on beyond what you can see or touch. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't believe in all of that. And that's okay. Whether you believe in witchcraft or not, the energy in your home can be affected by the people around you. And that energy can influence your well-being in ways you might not fully understand. That's why it's so important to stay vigilant. So, what do you do if you find something strange like this in your space? First, don't touch it. The more you interact with the object, the more energy you might give it. Instead, take a deep breath, stay calm, and cleanse your space. You can use sage or any cleansing rituals that resonate with you. Clear your mind and focus on protecting your space. Surround yourself with positive energy and take the time to reset. Remember, your home should be a sanctuary. And if something or someone is trying to disrupt that, it's time to take action. Number 4. Constant fatigue and sudden personality. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you sleep, you're just never truly rested? It's like your energy is being drained away, and you can't seem to get it back no matter what you do. You wake up tired, you go through the day exhausted, and by the time the evening rolls around, you're mentally and physically spent. It's not just that you're tired, it's as if something is stealing your life force. first, it may seem like nothing more than stress or maybe just a busy schedule. But over time, it becomes impossible to ignore. You may feel a sense of heaviness, like you're carrying a weight that's not yours. Your body feels worn out, and your mind feels foggy, clouded, and distant. But here's the thing, this constant fatigue, this draining feeling, may not just be from a hectic lifestyle or poor sleep. It could be a sign of something darker, someone using negative energy or even witchcraft to manipulate or control you. People who practice witchcraft often try to drain your energy. It's one of the most common ways they carry out their rituals without you even knowing. They target your emotional, physical, and spiritual energy, leaving you feeling drained and completely out of balance. You may find yourself feeling depressed for no reason, anxious without cause, or angry and frustrated when everything seems fine on the outside. It's like you're constantly on edge, but you don't know why. Along with the physical exhaustion, you might notice a sudden shift in your personality. Maybe you've always been calm, collected, and optimistic, but now, you find yourself snapping at people for no reason. You feel restless and irritable, and even the smallest things set you off. It's almost as if you're losing control over your own emotions. Things that used to make you happy no longer bring joy, and that's when the warning bells should go off. This isn't you. It's the impact of negative energy. Witchcraft can cause you to experience a dramatic change in your personality because it disrupts the harmony within you. What was once a balanced, happy person can suddenly become overwhelmed with negativity, sadness, and frustration. It can even make you feel like you're losing touch with who you really are. Now, it's important to understand, these changes don't happen overnight. They often start small with a subtle drain on your energy. But over time, they build up and become more noticeable. You might feel tired for days or even weeks, and when you try to shake it off, it just doesn't go away. Your friends or family may notice the change in you before you even realize it yourself. They may ask, "Are you okay? You don't seem like yourself." And when they say that, it should be a red flag. So what can you do if you're feeling this way? First, recognize that you're not powerless. The energy that's been drained can be restored, and your emotional balance can be reclaimed. The Stoics teach us that our inner peace comes from within, and that no one can take it from us without our consent. When you start feeling drained, the first step is to stop and take a deep breath. Center yourself, clear your mind, and assess what's happening around you. Are you in a toxic environment? Are there people around you who may be feeding off your energy? Next, engage in practices that restore your energy. Ground yourself in nature, take time to meditate, and focus on replenishing your spirit. You may also want to consider spiritual cleansing like burning sage or using crystals that are known for protection and energy healing. But most importantly, don't ignore your gut feelings. If something doesn't feel right, take action. It's time to protect your peace and protect your energy, because once that's gone, it's much harder to get it back. So, remember, constant fatigue and an unexpected shift in your personality aren't just coincidences. They could be signs that someone is attempting to control you with negative energy. Don't let it happen. Take back your power, free yourself from these forces, and restore the balance in your life. Number 5. Intuition and gut feeling. Have you ever had that feeling, like a small voice inside telling you that something's not right, even when everything seems fine on the surface? It's that gut feeling, that instinct we all have but sometimes ignore. Now, here's the thing. When someone is using witchcraft or dark energy against you, one of the most powerful tools you have is your own intuition. You might not always understand it, but your body, your mind, and your spirit are constantly picking up on subtle cues. Cues that you might not even be consciously aware of. These can come in the form of discomfort, sudden anxiety, or an overwhelming sense that something is off, even though there's no immediate reason for it. This feeling is often your spirit warning you, trying to tell you that something is amiss in your environment, or even with the people around you. Now, many of us, especially in today's fast-paced world, tend to push these feelings aside. We tell ourselves, "I'm just being paranoid," or "I'm overthinking it." But what if these feelings are actually your mind's way of alerting you to something real, something unseen? Think about it. When your body feels something isn't right, whether it's a situation or a person, that gut feeling isn't just coincidence. It's your internal radar picking up on energies, and when someone is actively working against you, whether it's through witchcraft or negative intentions, your gut will start to react. You'll feel it in your chest, your stomach, or even in the back of your mind. It's a warning. For example, you might find yourself feeling suddenly uneasy around a certain person, even though they seem friendly on the outside. It's almost like you can sense that something isn't quite right about their presence. Maybe you feel drained after spending time with them, or you start noticing that bad things seem to happen right after your interactions with them. These aren't random. These are signs that your intuition is trying to communicate with you. Here's where it gets important. When you feel these signs, don't ignore them. In Stoic philosophy, we're taught to recognize our feelings but not to be ruled by them. It's about observing and understanding, not reacting out of fear or panic. So, when you feel that nagging sense of something being off, take a moment to pause and reflect. Trust that inner voice. Could be telling you to take a step back, to be cautious, or to protect yourself from something harmful. If you're noticing these signs, you might want to start tuning in more to your intuition. The next time you get that uneasy feeling, don't just brush it off. Listen to it. Maybe it's telling you to take a different route, avoid certain people, or even get rid of certain objects in your home. In many traditions, it's believed that witchcraft can manifest through subtle, almost imperceptible shifts in energy. And your intuition is picking up on that. So, what do you do next when your gut is telling you something is wrong? The first step is simple. Stop and breathe. Center yourself. Don't let panic take over. Focus on your inner peace. Once you do that, you can begin to understand the deeper message behind that feeling. You might need to protect your space, cut ties with certain people, or even seek spiritual cleansing. But above all, trust your intuition. It's one of your strongest defenses against unseen forces. Remember, your intuition isn't just a vague, unimportant feeling. It's your inner wisdom trying to protect you. So, the next time you get that gut feeling, take it seriously. It might just be the warning you need to stay safe, clear, and protected from any negative energy or witchcraft that could be working against you. Trust your instincts, they've got your back. How to protect yourself. Now that you know the signs, let me remind you of something important. You are not powerless. I want you to hear this loud and clear. Nothing can control you unless you allow it. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or even scared when you start to notice these signs. But remember, awareness is the first step toward freedom. If you've been feeling the weight of negative energy, or maybe you've noticed something strange happening in your life, it's not too late to take action. You have the ability to protect yourself. It all starts with the power of your mind and your will. In Stoicism, we're taught that it's not what happens to us, but how we respond to it that defines our lives. When you feel like something dark is trying to affect you, take a deep breath and center yourself. You can choose how to react. Start by cleansing your environment. Negative energy can linger in the places we spend the most time, and sometimes simply rebalancing that space can make a huge difference. Whether it's burning sage, using salt, or even just clearing away clutter, these simple actions help reset the energy around you. But don't stop there, your mind is just as important. Guard your thoughts. Negative forces feed off fear, anxiety, and doubt. So when you feel the weight of those emotions, take a moment to stop and breathe. Remind yourself that you are in control of your thoughts. Next, trust your intuition. Your gut feeling is your inner wisdom trying to guide you. If something doesn't feel right, don't ignore it. Listen to that voice inside of you and take steps to protect your energy. It's about being aware of your surroundings, your relationships, and your own feelings. If something feels off, it's okay to step back and reassess the situation. Trust yourself. And let's not forget the importance of self-care. When we're feeling drained, stressed, or overwhelmed, it's easier for negativity to slip in. Take care of your body, mind, and spirit. Spend time with people who uplift you. Engage in activities that recharge your energy, and prioritize your well-being. This will create a strong shield around you that is almost impenetrable. But remember, you don't have to face this alone. There are many resources out there, books, spiritual guides, even online communities that can help you along the way. Reach out when you need support. You are stronger than any negativity that may try to influence your life. Finally, embrace the power of resilience. Life will throw challenges your way, but you have the tools to face them head-on. No curse, no spell, no negative energy can control you unless you give it the power to. You have the ability to rise above any situation and turn it into an opportunity for growth. When you embrace that strength, no one can break you. So, if you're feeling trapped or like something is trying to bring you down, free yourself now. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the power to overcome. Take back control, cleanse your space, protect your energy, and live with the confidence that nothing can harm you unless you allow it. If this video helped you today, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear these words. And if you've experienced any of these signs yourself, drop a comment below. Let's support each other on this journey. Stay strong, stay focused, and remember, you are in control.